Yo, what the f is up, guys? My name is Kyroshie and I will show you how I made Danse Macabre. Danse Macabre.
Danse Macabre.
Yeah, I know, I named this track in the way I can't even spell it. It's kinda stupid, but I mean, it sounds cool, alright? I mean, let's open up the project. So, okay, we are now in Ableton. Let's start with the intro. So, all you can basically hear is like a signature cowbell, and that I use a lot, some texture, and virtual riot impact. Like, obviously, I mean, like, and yeah, this melody, you can be shocked by this, but I did not make this melody. It's a sample from a compilation of really creepy sounds on YouTube. And then I stumbled upon this, unsettling images with sounds that trigger the fight or flight response. I was just listening through it and I was thinking, maybe I can sample this. It sounds dope, like some kinds of screams, etc., etc. But at the end of this video, there was this melody. Yeah, this is the video that I sampled. And I sampled many sounds from it. Yeah, this is it. I hope I will not get sued by using this. And my covers, like, keep the rhythm going. It sounds like this. And without any effects, it will sound like this. Kinda different because I use frequency shifter is overpowered as fuck. I love it. And yeah, the amen break. The amen break is so cool. Here, I can find it. Alright, yeah, it's a sample. Filtered out, distorted a bit. That's it. In the first version of this track, there was like a really hard bass. It was like, but yeah, I deleted it. It was like too hard and the drop wasn't catching up. There's a feel, chopped up feel from Kashmir. This is my favorite moment in this track. It contains of this riser. Really cool. Also, I used it from the video. This orchestra stop something. That's really cool too. And the strings that I made in Serum. And it's really simple, just a detuned solo with a filter. But it sounds so realistic. I mean, I don't know why. And then it's my signature sweep. And the mix sounds like this. And now we are in the build-up. And the build-up is so fucking hard, man. It's like a hardstyle kick. Really processed hardstyle kick. Like, it was a ready-to-use hardstyle kick, I guess, but I saturated, decapitated, auto-filtered it, sausage fattener it, and EQ it. And magic clipped it. Really, really cool. And this is the alarm that I used. And yeah, it's automated. You can see there's a frequency shifter going on. To get it at motion, and it repeats. The whole build-up has a endless smile on it. Oh yeah, this sample is really interesting because this is my friend that was like breathing really hard. Like, was basically dying. And I sampled it and they started to do a bunch of shit, probably at 10 OTTs or something. And it sounds really cool as a riser, additional riser. Yeah, it gives it that power. There's some lasers. Really cool. And now we are in the pre-drop. The pre-drop is really interesting. It sounds like this. And you can think I make this melody, but no. again, I just sample it. So this is, as you can read,
Au clair de la
lune.
lune.
Au clair de la lune. I don't know, I'm just an idiot. And the original recording sounds a little bit different than this. First, because I have autotune and OTT, some frequency shifter on it. Let's just group it and disable this shit. Alright, now it sounds like this. Still kind of similar to the version I used in my track. So yeah, it's transposed 2 notes up and it's really sped up. Like when I turn off the warping, it sounds like this. And this is a voice is creepy as fuck. Alright, let's head into the drop. Let's first look at this. So this is a sub. I will show you, it's pretty simple. It's a square wave. I mean, that's kind of stupid. There's nothing to the theorem. Maybe some pitch automation is rather important here. It gives it that click at the beginning. Also, I set the attack to 0 milliseconds and the release to 24. 24 because this is like the time that the wave needs to finish the whole cycle in the F. I believe this song is in F. Yeah, it's in F. So it's a time that, it's a time of single cycle of F0. Later on I have just an EQ to cut out the high end because it's a fucking square wave, so we don't want any like buzzy frequencies. Okay, now let's go into the first hit. That's really intense. Once again. Really cool, and this is made out of many layers. Let's check out the first one. Oh yeah, this is... It's like a 2 low saws FN by each other, and they create that really peaky movement with like... And then I distorted the tone with a ton of different effects, just OTT it probably 10 times or something like this. And this is the sound. Later on we have... I don't remember using a preset, what the fuck? This is the first time I use a preset, like, ever. Yeah, I used it, but like 4 years ago. That's interesting, I don't remember using it. So that's a bass. It plays nicely with the main bass. It's really beefy. Later on we have a noise. Later we have a really old bass of mine that I made maybe 2 years ago when I was using FL Studio. Filtered just to keep the high end. Later on we have some distorted sine. I guess this is the distorted sine. Like a bass sine and a higher one distorted together, and then I cut the low end and render it. There's just a saw wave with noise, also distorted, and this is a detuned saw, high detuned saw. Later on we have this is so complex. We have a crowd, and this is an these sounds they're just samples of animals. So yeah, I know it looks stupid, but it sounds awesome. Later we have this repetitive rhythm that I really like. It's a gun sample. Company bass, probably processed because it's freezed. And my bass, that sounds like this. I really like this sound. I can't really remember how I made it, but probably it's a growl where I turn up the octave and it creates that rusty sound. This is like the call, and the response bass is this. It's really cool. I love this sound. It has a bunch of effects, not really complex. I will show you the raw sound now. it sounds like this. And with the effects, it's more vocally, and obviously we don't have a low end. Yeah, it's pitched. So without the pitching, it will sound like this. Kinda boring. I don't like it, but with the pitch, it's like this triplet that you can hear is Cohen is clipped and cut. Oh, I missed this one. Oh my god, it sounds like shit. It sounds cool here, but it sounds like shit in the... Yeah, here's just sub drop and another use of this sample with a frequency shifter modulation to emulate kinda the tape stop effect, but not really, because the frequency shifter gives it more a creepy vibe. And this distorted mess. I really love the texture of the sound. It's probably in the drums. Yeah, it's in the drums because it's a drum. This is a pitched down tom fill. And it sounds so cool. Yeah, it's amazing. Like, it's so dirty. It's like, it's pitched down a lot, 21 semitones, and clipped a lot, because the raw sound is like, it's pretty standard, right? When we pitch it down, it already sounds dope. And then when we clip it, like a tone, like a fucking... Now we have the same section as before, but delayed, so it creates a little bit of a different groove. Instead of... you have... It just delayed. Yeah, it looks like, yeah, it's chopped. I just took this and chopped it up, changed it a little bit to make it interesting. No real sounds here. Yeah, the melodic part. It's really simple, as you can see. This is main thing in this part is a sample. I just chopped it up and use a fades to create like a sidechain movement, because I wanted to give some space for this gun mixed with this bass. And I really love how it sounds. And that was it for the first job. Alright, now we are back in the more calm part of this track. We have some transition effects, obviously. Horror one hand. Yeah, I love this. It's a contact library with cool risers, and I rendered it out. So yeah, some effects, nothing really new, and this bass. This is it. It's really nasty. And I will show you how I made this sound. Let's group all the effects to, again, disable them. Alright. It's not that, it's a square wave with a noise and a volume envelope, a little bit of distortion. And that's it. It sounds like funny, but let's start messing up with the effects. And you will quickly hear that it's a beast of a bass. The amp gives it that really dirty, really high energy texture. Later we have erosion with a sign to make it like a beat crashed a bit. A reverb on a bass, yeah. Another amp. It's so cool now. An overdrive. Saturn 2. Oh yeah, this is like the main meat of the sound. I love Saturn 2 so much. Fuck. A disperser to give it more of a attack and smoothness in the high end. It's sort of like this. And Q to take care of the muddiness and annoying frequencies, and Clipper at the end. This sound, I don't know, it was like a tape loop or something. I like this sound. It does not make any sense, but it sounds cool and it fits somehow. The build-up is pretty much the same, so let's jump up to the second job. The sounds used in the second job are pretty much the same. The flow is a little bit different, and you have a longer basis. And there's my friend that was dying. I sampled it. And the virtual riot bass, oh shit. I hope it's layered or something. No, it's not. Oh my god. I can't produce for shit. A classic fuck the beat up vocal I have in the vocal group. Fuck them! Just OTT it and limited to the fucking depth. As you can see, it's a brick of a vocal, and this is like my main method of mixing dubstep, making every sound limited as fuck, and then limiting the groups, and then limiting the master. And yeah, this is the same bass, but just longer, and it goes higher in pitch. I love this part, like, it reminds me of Evil Wave, and I love this guy. The main bass of this is a gun, mixed with company bass. It sounds so funny. And mixed with my bass. Yeah, you can barely even hear the company bass, but it's giving it that energy, additional energy. It sounds like a retarded gun. Next we have this cool compressed bass. It's not a bass, I mean, it's a sample of a hydraulic lift. I didn't even bother to make a sound design for this. I felt like I needed something like... I opened up Serum and questioned making that bass. And I thought about using just a sample of something that sounds like phew. So I ended up with a hydraulic lift, and it sounds dope. Yeah, here is another use of the tom fills, but now processed a little bit differently. So we have a high-low splitter that splits the frequencies, and I'm not touching the low end, and I'm just touching the high end, and I use a Yobro preset, and the phaser and the Gulfos, and I clipped it all. To prevent that muddy clipping effect that I had when using the simple chain, it was just, you know, without changing phase, without anything, I clipped it. It was too simple and it sounded like ugly distorted, but with a little bit of phase shifting and the chorus, it sounds more fresh. And that's the whole point. This part is pretty much copy-paste of the melodic part from the first drop, but we've added this offbeat bass. Yeah, this is sick. So this is a simple FM. Oh, it's not. It's a sub. I have a sub here. Oh, okay. A sample of Glitch. Really cool. Yeah, this is the FM patch. Yeah, this is the FM patch. I don't even use the semitones. I just fucked on 2 sine waves, FM them, distort them a bit, chorus like it sounds so beefy, like in the mix. Really cool sound, really noisy too, but I like it. And it gives you that feeling of something's wrong, something dissonant, but it fits the track really well. Yeah, this is pretty much the same, but with a glitch. I like the transition here too. this is a funny thing. I wanted to have vocals here. I used some vocals from Splice and then I used a vocoder from the vocal synth 2 with this MIDI. And it sounds so awful. Even in the mix, it sounds like shit. So I just turned it off. Yeah, that's a cool outro. It's way better than the one with vocals. And another sound from the video. And another sound from the video. Layered up with this texture that I really like. And that's basically it. Thank you for watching the whole video. I hope I will see you in the next video. Next breakdown video soon. I will break down my song called And.